Motivation trait 1, level. What do we mean by level? The definition of the trait, level is the level at which the person starts to act. I guess you are all familiar with this because you've been into courses, I know. And you know that some people are proactive and some people are reactive. This is a very famous distinction. Proactive people are people who initiate actions. You're familiar with this? And reactive people are the ones who respond only to actions of others or to circumstances. They are waiting for someone to tell them something or something to happen in order to initiate an action. The distribution of the general population is 20% proactive, 20% reactive, and the rest are a combination. Okay, the pattern of each. How can you know if this person is proactive or reactive? You can, by observing them and listening to them, you can tell, and you can also ask questions sometimes. Maybe it doesn't apply asking a question here, but you can observe them. A proactive person, he talks, he will use short sentences with very clear structure, and he will use active verbs, and he will refer to tangible objects. He will tell you, I will do this tomorrow. A short, clear sentence with a clear action. A reactive person will use long, convoluted sentences with incomplete sentences, like, I think, and he would say the verb, and he will not say the active noun of the verb. Like, I think we'd better do than he, or maybe we would rather, and he would use if, could, might, may, and he would use the words like, I think we'd better analyze, we'd better talk, we'd better consider, because he wants to have the luxury of time till something happens, because he's not going to decide. The proactive person would speak as if he controls his word. He is controlling the world. The reactive person speaks as if something is controlling him, circumstances, outside forces, and he believes in chance or luck. A proactive person doesn't believe in this, doesn't waste his time like this, because he believes he's controlling his destiny. The body language, a proactive person can never sit for a long time. He'll be moving, tapping the pencil, making a lot of movements, impatient. But a reactive person, he's willing to sit on the chair for a long time because he wants to think and analyze and consider and wait. Of course, it's no surprise that this is the way a reactive person will see a proactive person. He will see him as someone who is crazy. Okay, this is the plan. For each trait, we will define the trait and its subcategories. Like here, this is trait, this is level. Subcategories are proactive and reactive. Then we will tell you the pattern and characteristics of each type. Then how can you discover if there is a question applicable? Then the practical application. If you are a manager, if you are hiring people or assigning tasks to people, how can you make use of this? And if you are working in sales and marketing, how can you make use of this? So how can you tell if a person is proactive, takes initiative, or reactive, waiting for others or circumstances? Well, there's no question to ask here. Maybe it applies in other traits. But just paying attention to the words that he's saying is more than enough to tell that this is a kind of proactive or reactive person. So, practical application. What kind of language you are going to use with either when you're going to motivate them or inspire them to do something or convince them? If you talk to a proactive person, this is the language you use. Go for it. Just do it. Let's do it. Hurry. What are you waiting for? Take the initiative. But this would be a big dose for a reactive person. But sometimes you have to deal with both. So when you talk to a reactive person, let's sit and think about it so he feels relaxed. Now that you have analyzed it, let's consider or think about so and so. You might consider, use could, would, maybe, might. Good luck is coming your way, something a proactive person would be very irritated if you tell it to him because he controls everything. Okay, if you are hiring people or assigning tasks to them, you have a proactive person, you have a reactive person. Which one will work in which? A proactive person is good for jobs that need to take initiative, to get out and get the job done. So he will work in outside sales. This needs initiative. Independent businesses would suit him. If you want to put an ad and you want a proactive person for this job, Don't write, send in your resume or CV. Write, phone this number. Reactive people never use the phone. Only proactive people are the one who will use the phone to call the number. Okay, reactive people, they are good for jobs where they will respond to requests. Customer service, they are just following instructions, responding to the outside forces. Research jobs, they do not deal with anybody. Analyzing data, just giving instructions and responding to requests. If you are working in sales and marketing, how can you sell to someone who is proactive? How can you sell to someone who is reactive? A proactive person will buy when they get to do something. Suppose you're selling a book to a proactive and a reactive person. To a proactive person, you tell him, after you read that book, you will be able to know the things that you do that will change your life and change your career. So reading the book is linked to doing. He will buy it. But this is a big dose for a reactive person because he doesn't like to do. Reactive person, after you buy this book, you will be able to understand what is the explanation of what you've been wondering about for a long time. Oh, that sounds great. I want to read that book. Because he doesn't want to do. He's waiting for someone to make the decision for him. In marketing campaigns, the Nike slogan, just do it. I don't expect that many reactive people would go and buy Nike t-shirts. Because something deep inside, they will not befriend the Nike slogan, just do it. It's too much for them. But look at that slogan, it was for a bank in 1993. Get us working for you. You know what a proactive person would think when he reads something like this? Oh, I have to go knock the door and wake them up. And maybe when they wake up, if they wake up and have their coffee, then maybe they will start to work. A proactive person would never go to a bank like this. Maybe a reactive would go and keep knocking the door. Golden handshakes. Have you heard that expression before? Golden handshakes. In the mid-1990s, there was a period of recession, and many organizations had to dismiss a large number of workers. The problem is that when they wanted to dismiss the workers, they did not decide which workers they wanted to dismiss and which ones they wanted to keep. So they said to all the workers, okay, we are offering this, the Golden Handshake Treaty. We will give that package, a big sum of money for anyone who wants to leave and take that sum of money because we cannot afford to pay all those salaries. Guess who left and took the money? The proactive or the reactive? The proactive, because this is a risk to leave your job, to leave your salary, and go with the money to start doing a business. So it was the proactive people who took the money and left. The most dynamic workers in the organizations were the ones who left. Interestingly, the mid-90s was a period that coincided with the largest revolution in the home-based businesses because all those proactive people, they did successful businesses from their homes with the money that they took. And the organizations, they missed the best and dynamic workers working there because they did not stratify first who are the ones we want to keep and who are the ones we want to make a golden handshake with.